This vehicle is the IS2. This is the next vehicle in the World of Tanks Black Market for March of 2021. This vehicle is a Russian Tier 7 heavy tank. It's also a premium tank, and it's a part of what they call the Berlin Quartet, which are four vehicles that you can purchase that are bundled together, for example, with the Cromwell. And it also includes a zero skill BIA crew, although this particular auction might not. I already have this item, so it won't give me any information regarding bidding, but I'm going to tell you what the other servers are doing. I'm on the NA server. I can see that it's going for 1 million credits. Um, I don't know if this is the Russian server or not, but it says 50,000 units available. I play on the NA server. I like this vehicle. So we're going to talk about this vehicle real quick. The IS2 is a Tier 7 heavy tank, and what I love about it is that it does 390 damage. And for Tier 7 to do 390 damage is really good. So what happens is you'll be playing the game, and you'll hit a tank, and you'll do all this damage, and it's really impressive. I'm really impressed with this gun. I'm always happy to play this vehicle because of the amount of damage it does. And the penetration must be pretty good. You see it's 217 with the gold rounds. So I've compared it to the KV-122, the IS, and the IS-2. And obviously the KV-122 has similar specifications and perhaps even the same gun. See, when we look at the armor for the IS-2, the IS, the KV-122, and the IS-2 are all similar, although the tech tree version of the IS does have stronger armor. In terms of speed, it's kind of a moderate speed vehicle. It says here 34. They all do about the same. If you play the tech tree versions, either the IS or the IS2, it's going to be similar to the premium version, IS2. And I did compare it. There are only 3 Tier 7 premium heavy tanks. The IS2, the KV-122, and the FV-201. I enjoy playing the FV-201. It used to be a tank that I loved to play many years ago. You'll notice that the damage is less than half per shot. But perhaps you get to fire twice as often. There is an advantage to having more damage per shot, obviously because you fire your shot and then you safely reload. So this is what it looks like when you have the Berlin Quartet. They have markings on them. One of the other vehicles is one of the tank destroyers, supposed to signify to the Allies, because these vehicles were marked at the end of the war. It's supposed to signify to the Allied bombers not to hit this vehicle. Put large markings on the roofs. And the 432 is probably a number that was from some iconic photo of an IS-2 from World War II. It's probably based on some sort of historical, there's probably some sort of historical significance to it. So you might wonder, how would you equip this vehicle? Aim time is 3.26. It's actually quite high. Probably going to want to improve that. And the dispersion is 0.44. That's also high. That's way above the average. So you're going to want to do whatever you can to improve your aim. The gun laying drive, the rotational mechanism, the improved aiming and vents, and also a gun rammer. If I'm working on the marks of excellence, in order to get marks of excellence, you got to do more damage. So the only way to do it is to use a gun rammer, which means you can fire more often. If you don't know what to get, use vents, because vents always work. They're always doing something good for you. Gun laying drive works when you're stationary, and the rotational mechanism works if you're moving. And because of the way the game is played with a heavy tank, you're probably going to be moving right before you fire, so the rotational mechanism is a good idea. If you are the type of player who likes to stay far away and snipe, you might want to consider a gun laying drive. And the improved aiming is going to be good to make your aiming circle smaller, and it's going to give you a little bit of a head start. You're going to start out with a smaller circle. The good thing about the improved aiming is that it's always working, whether you're stationary or moving, you get the advantage. Not so with the rotation mechanism or the gun laying drive. So if you are new and you don't know what to do, I would say go with the gun rammer, the vents, and maybe the improved aiming. And if you're an expert, you probably already know what to pick. Okay, so that is the vehicle. Again, I do enjoy playing it. It's not overpowered. It's just happens to be a vehicle that does a decent amount of damage. There are the vehicles in the tech tree. If you would like to try it out, you could try to play the IS2 in the Chinese tech tree or the IS to get a feel of what the vehicle is like. It's going to be very similar. If you have any questions or comments, please post below.